Hey everybody, today we have a new challenge. The challenge today is that we can only use level 1 animals, and basically what that means is once buying an animal, we can't level it up or even add an additional animal to it. Knowing these guidelines, I wanted to choose animals that had extremely strong abilities even at level 1, and especially animals that did not upgrade when leveling, as I wouldn't be missing out on anything by leaving them at level 1. My initial strategy was to use the standard pack to try and collect a mosquito as well as some ants. The main reason I wanted the mosquito is because I couldn't take advantage of animals like the fish for its buff for my team, so I wanted a unit that would have some utility from the beginning. I also wanted as many ants as I could because the buffs off of the ant would help me win in the early rounds, and if I found any pills later on, it would help me buff up my mosquito. Other than that, I just wanted to give my mosquito some apples in the early rounds since that was going to be the only way of getting it any bigger. Once hitting the tier 2 pets, my main goal is to grab some swans so that I would have some extra gold to look for better units, as well as my trusty pet, the crab. The crab is basically the best bang for your buck pet. All I wanted to do was use some cupcakes to get my mosquito as big as I could and then send in my crab. My goal after getting the crab was just to find any way that I could to continue buffing it up, as well as giving it some meat. My main targets for doing so was the giraffe, which could give him +1/+1 every turn, a cow to give my crab some milk, and then finally a cat so that I could feed my crab all the food that I could find. And that was my game plan: survive the early rounds with some ants, find myself a crab, and then find any way that I could to make him as big as possible. Some of the other animals that I was looking at or considered for this run was to find a monkey, as it would be much better than the level 1 giraffe, or to potentially add a scorpion somewhere in my squad to hopefully get a free trade on a big unit, or even using a fly in the back to give myself some extra help. I also attempted the expansion pack for a while, and my goal for that was to find a puppy or a buffalo to start scaling, and from there I looked for a poodle to help with the scaling, but the issues I was facing was that I couldn't survive long enough to see either of those animals get strong, which is why I had to find something stronger in the early game, such as the crab. If you like seeing difficult challenges like these, or like seeing super auto pets in general, I try to do extremely difficult challenges, so if you have an idea of one you want me to try, let me know down below and I'll see if I can beat it. I'm also trying to speedrun every single game ever made for the GameCube, so if either of those sound like your kind of content, consider subscribing so that I know to make more. Enjoy the rest of the run.